At my college graduation dinner, my wealthy uncle asked, "Did the college fund I set up for you cover all 4 years?" I froze with my fork halfway to my mouth. "What scholarship?" I asked with a trembling hand. Uncle Rob's expression shifted from pride to confusion as he glanced between me and my parents. Mom's perfectly lipsticked smile fell, and Dad's hand tightened around his beer bottle until his knuckles went white. "Uncle Rob, I think you might be confused," I said softly. "You never set up a college fund for me." Uncle Rob frowned as he reached for his phone. "I absolutely did," he said, scrolling through his banking app. He turned the screen toward me. "I've been depositing $2,500 into the college fund every month since you graduated high school. I deposited over $120,000. I transferred it all straight to the account your parents set up for your education. Everything inside me went cold and still. That kind of money would have covered all 4 years at the state university. Instead, I had over $50,000 in student loans hanging over my head like a guillotine. I've been taking out student loans," I whispered, my voice cracking. "I have both federal loans and private loans. I've also been working 3 jobs to cover what the loans didn't." Uncle Rob's face went from confused to angry as he slowly turned to glare at my parents. "Show me the account," he demanded, his voice cutting through the celebration chatter around us. Dad's face had gone white. "Rob, this isn't the time or place. Show me the account now," Uncle Rob pressed. Mom's hands started to shake as she dabbed at her eyes with her napkin, careful not to smudge her mascara. "We were protecting her," she stammered. "We were making sure the money was used responsibly. Kids these days don't understand." "I worked overnight shifts at the Amazon warehouse," I said, my voice rising despite the other diners turning to stare. "I donated plasma twice a week until they told me my iron was too low. I lived on ramen and peanut butter sandwiches for 4 years." The memories came flooding back, each one a fresh wound. I missed the study abroad program in Spain because I couldn't afford the $3,000 program fee. Tears were in my eyes now. I shared textbooks because I couldn't afford my own. I wore the same 3 outfits over and over and walked 2 miles to campus every day because I couldn't afford a parking pass. "We needed it for important things," Dad finally admitted, his words barely audible. "The country club membership was crucial for my networking. The Tesla was an investment in our image. And your mother needed surgery." My mother frantically nodded, quickly adding, "My mommy makeover was a medical necessity. I had to have a tummy tuck, a breast lift, and a Brazilian butt lift. I had back pain, Jenny. Then we had to pay for the physical therapy afterwards and the recovery in Miami." "You spent my college fund on a Brazilian butt lift?" I stood up so fast my chair scraped against the marble floor. "I ate 1 meal a day while you got your ass done in Miami?" Other tables were openly staring now, but I didn't care. What else was more important than my education? Dad cleared his throat. "The season tickets to the Lakers were a business expense, and the wine collection was an investment. They just got Luka on their team. And the shopping addiction therapy was expensive," Mom added, as if this made it better. "And your father's gambling debts? I mean, his investment losses? We had to protect our reputation." "I had panic attacks about loan payments," I shouted. "I got stress ulcers from working myself to death. My roommate found me passed out from exhaustion while you were getting plastic surgery and buying Lakers tickets." Mom reached for my hand, but I jerked away. "Jenny, you're stronger for it. The struggle built character. We read that hardship makes better adults. You read that while spending $120,000 of my money on your fake ass and Dad's toys?" The words exploded out of me. "I couldn't afford therapy for my anxiety while you went to therapy for shopping too much with my money." Uncle Rob's face had turned an alarming shade of purple. He pulled out his phone again, and I could see him typing furiously. "My name is on that trust as co-executor," he said, his voice deadly calm, "which means I have every legal right to pursue this." He looked at my parents like they were something he'd scrape off his shoe. "This is fraud. You stole $120,000. "Rob, please," Dad pleaded, reaching across the table. "We're family. You spent her education on cosmetic surgery and country clubs. You watched her destroy her health working 3 jobs while you bought jet skis." Uncle Rob stood, placing a protective hand on my shoulder. "Jenny, you're moving into my guest house tonight. We're seeing my attorney first thing Monday morning." As we walked toward the exit, I turned back one last time. My parents sat frozen at the table, surrounded by the remnants of what was supposed to be my celebration dinner. "I defended you to everyone," I said, tears finally spilling over. "I said you were doing your best with what you had." My voice broke completely. "And you made my life hell for a fake ass and Lakers tickets." The last thing I heard as the door closed was Mom sobbing and the quiet murmur of the other diners.